Well, I'm devastated at what happened because, part of the personal anguish is to see something coming. It's like the person seeing the tsunami and the waves receding, and everyone's saying, "Oh, well, let's discover the beach," and I'm saying, "Now, I saw the tsunami coming in March, and I raised the alarm, and we did the right things, and we didn't have a surge. We lost no lives till November the 11th, I think, was the first time we lost a life." And I think, unfortunately, people had gotten fed up. I think some people thought that they were immune to this, that it was not true, it wasn't real. And it is absolutely devastating that we've experienced what we have done. And, it doesn't matter how much you tell people. Ask any parent of any child. You can tell your child, this is wrong, this is right. And it's difficult to appreciate unless you've experienced it. And I think that's the sad thing. I'm not saying people were children. I'm just saying that once you've heard it week after week, month after month, you see it on the TV, you think it's not going to happen here. And that's the tragedy of what happened.
And anything to say about long COVID and the potential role that that's going to play? Because we tend to think of the impact of COVID as life or death, which obviously is the gravest determinant of how badly you've had it, or indicator. But to what extent is long COVID a thing, and will people continue to suffer enduring symptoms for weeks or months?
So that does worry me considerably. We've got two population groups that concern us. One population group is the people that were in hospital. They were at the severe end of the spectrum. And we know that people who've been on ventilators and at the severe end of the spectrum can suffer some organ damage. And I think we're still recognizing what that means and how much the body recovers. We don't have enough information on that. So we're watching that cohort, and there are studies going on worldwide looking at that group. There's a second cohort of population that really had minor disease. Sometimes it's not even been noticeable. And then they go on to develop something called long COVID that you've just mentioned. And that can range from a range of symptoms that look like the ME kind of phenomena, where you've got muscle aches, you get extremely tired. But we know that evidence has indicated that you can see damage to the heart. I've seen pictures of damage to the brain. I've seen damage to the liver, the kidneys, and the most insidious issue is damage to the lining of the blood vessels that activates the coagulation system. Now, when we cut, we bleed and it stops. That is a good thing, but when it's going off randomly in our body, that's a very bad thing. So you can see, and I know that we've had patients who've come here before, residents who've got mottling, skin mottling, for example. I know that you can get clots in the lung. I know that you can get clots in our leg. Gibraltarians have had all of these issues. And what we don't know at the moment is what the long consequences of that are. But I would advise your viewers, if you do have sluggish circulation, or you are concerned about excessive tiredness after having COVID, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, please contact your GP, because I think it needs a review in case you are suffering more longer term chronic consequence. We don't know enough about this disease, and we've just had 3,000 people who've been infected from December onwards. Those 3,000 people, I think, need and merit some follow-up. Just because you weren't admitted to hospital doesn't mean that nothing bad will happen, and we don't want anything bad to happen. That's why the best thing that people can do is to contact their GP if they're worried. It may be nothing that they particularly need to be worried about, but I don't want people to think that there's nothing wrong with them.